When I first came onto the show, they wanted a very real, authentic look, and that's why they chose to shoot in an actual hospital and not to build sets.
The reality is healthcare in our country is so messed up that we had our choice of deserted, closed down hospitals.
North Hollywood Hospital is a cavernous 4 or 5-story little hole with 3 elevators, 2 of which work, 1 only sometimes.
We sprung more leaks in the first season than an old ship.
They wanted this place to feel like it was a cheery place in 1964 but had fallen on hard times, and so given that this hospital had been decommissioned like 7 years ago, it wasn't such a hard thing to do.
Hey man, want some company?
Nah. Sometimes it's a little spooky, you know, because a few people have died here.
Actually, when we first started shooting here, there was patients would arrive and need treatment. There was this one guy who was like bleeding, and we're all standing there in complete doctor gear with stethoscopes, and there's extras walking around who are decked out as doctors, and we'd be like, sorry, this isn't a real hospital. And they're like, but it looks like it is. So now we have these huge signs saying, this is a set. A lot of help to make the show look medically accurate. The show is actually based on this guy who we call Real because he's the real JD. So whenever he comes into the hospital, nobody calls him JD. Everyone's like, "Hey, Real, what's up?" And him and his wife Dolly are fantastic.
When I first saw that the character was named after me, and then I saw the pilot, I was hoping that my patients wouldn't put 2 and 2 together.
John Doris and Dolly come in for every scene that we have where there's any kind of medical procedure. And also we'll call them up if we look in a script and see that we have to say something, and just to make sure that we're pronouncing it right.
What is uremia?
That's my boy.
It's hard. You just gotta sound it out. It's like another language, you know? You just sound it out phonetically or something. Johnny C's great with it. Sarah's really good with it.
His H&H dropped 3 grams, so I'm starting pressors.
Or you could transfuse him.
Okay, I'll do that.
Although transfusions are riskier.
We still have no idea what we're saying.
Looks like a break in the ulna.
Beck's triad, postpartum hemolytic.
Erythema migrans.
We work with the wardrobe people, just give them ideas of what people are supposed to wear.
Hospital clothes are not the most becoming things on earth, especially for the ladies. So we ended up finally designing our own scrubs that are flattering, and they look like Hollywood stars, even though they're in a hospital setting.
We work with the props department, let them know, you know, this patient should be intubated, this patient needs oxygen by mask, that sort of thing.
Although we try to be very true to the spirit of what these people go through, not an episode goes by that we don't have to make comedic decisions.
We got doctors not wearing masks because we want to see their faces. We've got the wrong equipment.
We respectfully tell them how it should happen, but except when they say, the fake way is funnier.
This is so cool.
There are just, you know, little funny things where we'll show up on set. For instance, one was an appendectomy. Well, the appendix is located in the lower right part of your abdomen, and so I showed up on set and they had it all set up, you know, the lighting, everything was, they were ready to go, and they were taking out the appendix from the wrong side of the body, and I was just horrified, you know, wait, we can't do that. Oh, we'll flip it post-production, no problem. And I thought, wow, that's neat.
They like having Dolly and I around, I think. Maybe just for the free medical advice, I don't know.
It's true.
And the great thing about the footprint of this building is that it kept everyone together.
The other plus is being in what can truly be described as a giant, creepy, deserted, asbestos-filled hospital creates a situation that the network and studio executives rarely drop by here and wouldn't want to.
They've given us the freedom to do whatever we want to do within certain limitations.
It's almost like a giant treehouse in a way. It's sort of like it just belongs to us. It's like being away from mom and dad a little bit, but they know we behave, you know, for the most part, so it's cool.
All right, right away, please.
You spend more time with these people than you spend with your family, really. Because if I come here at 6 in the morning and I leave at 8 at night, and then I go home, my kids are usually asleep or almost asleep. I see them on the weekends and then when we have hiatus weeks. But when we're actually working, you see your family almost not at all. So the people you're around all day become your family.
I guess, you know, a studio would involve, you know, everybody dispersing into their trailers and the commissary and the distraction of star watching. You're almost protected from that jaded sense that you would get working in the studio, you know, instead of saying, oh yeah, I saw Jennifer Aniston from my trailer, yeah.
It feels like, you know, you're a bunch of kids putting on a show. You know, we got the barn and somebody's got costumes down the hall and somebody's writing it over there and we put it all together. It's a lot of fun.
Bill and I have always said we have a very strict no asshole policy.
Which is the only way to lose your job is to be a jerk.
Basically, everybody is here to do their job and have a good time and not act like an asshole.
When somebody says if you're an asshole, you're not going to be here for very much longer. You'd be surprised on how much nicer people will be.
We work hard, and we work long hours, and so you better not, you know, bring a bunch of nonsense with it. You know, and it's worked pretty well. I mean, everybody really does get along, and I've never been on a set where people work this hard and have a good time doing it.
I've had offers to go to other shows. You couldn't drag me away from this place.
It's home, man. We like it.